what I'm more interested in today is why. Why is it that every single person in every single part of their life doesn't appreciate the blueprint that God has set down? Why is it that we want to alter it? Why is it that we want to do it different? Why is it that that blueprint makes me hurt and makes me uncomfortable? Why? See, I think if we get to the bottom of it and we ask the question, why, then we might be able to fix it. Or we might be able to understand our pain in this sinful world a little bit better. Maybe there's a few reasons. Maybe it's because over the years we have let our feelings rule our relationships more than what God says in His clear word. Where God says, hey, this is the blueprint, and we say, well, no, I feel like this would be more advantageous for my life. I feel better when I draw the blueprint this way. Maybe that's why. Maybe it's because for years, postmodern culture has taught us that marriage is just a social construct that was done for the evolution and benefit of society, rather than something that Adam and Eve had since day one. Maybe it's because of those phrases that you've probably had said to you at some point in your life or heard them said, where someone says, I'm not happy. They're such a nag. They never spend time with me, and so I'm out. Or maybe it's simply because over the years we have seen the damage that is inflicted upon people inside of the confines of marriage. That's real and it hurts. And so maybe at this point we're jaded at the entire concept and we say, there's no way that I could possibly be a part of that blueprint. I hate it. It's not real. It's not for me. And so we denigrate the institution and we change it because we think marriage itself must be bad because it always was bad for me or for my family. Friends, I'm going to encourage you to throw out all that window dressing. All of those are like secondary reasons for why the blueprint gets messed up in my life and in yours. In reality, I think there's one big reason for why the blueprint crumbles for all of us. It's because God drew the blueprint, and you and I wanted to be the architect. God drew the blueprint, and you and I said, this would be more fun, this would be easier, this would be more comfortable. I'd rather have it this way. And we don't just do that in marriage, we do that in every single venue of our life. We say, my plan is better, it's about what I believe and feel rather than what God says is true, and I'm going to be held captive to His word. We mess up that blueprint. But here's the really amazing news for you, dear friends. As Pastor Allen Kirschbaum, within the confines of his own marriage, messed up that blueprint by not treating his wife perfectly all the time, as you have messed up those blueprints in a myriad of ways, I'm certain, because you're probably human like me, at the beginning of time, God started taking out His pencil, and God started drawing out a new blueprint for you when the blueprint was broken. Friends, what happened immediately after the first marriage squabble? Adam and Eve point at each other, and Adam says, it's that woman you gave me. And Eve says, it's that man's fault and the snake's fault, and everything is broken. The blueprint is shattered, and Jesus says what? I will put enmity between you and the woman, between your offspring and hers. He will crush your head, and you will strike his heel. God got about drawing a new blueprint to save you and me. When you think about Jesus and you compare His vows to the vows that we make, ours are broken. But you know what Jesus never does? He never throws His ring at you. He never says, I'm out. Instead, Jesus Christ says, I promise to love, honor, and cherish you. I promise to lead you to the feet of the cross. I promise to lead you to heaven. His promise to say it is finished on the cross and that I love you and that I forgive you, even though everything in your life is broken, I love you and I give you heaven. That promise is the most beautiful blueprint that has ever been drawn. See, here's what God does. He takes all of our broken families and all of our broken hearts, and He takes, yes, this, every single one of us has probably broken the sixth commandment at one time or another in our lives in various ways. He takes all of that and He says, I'm going to draw you a perfect new heart and a perfect new family that is not chained to pain, that is not chained to sin, but is instead submissive and chained to the love of Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ promises to love you forever, even when everything about this society and our lives is so hopelessly broken.